can be the gravitational pull, nullifying any projectile in her kind of immediate vicinity, as well as dragging items in close to her. So that will be really useful, particularly against the Metal Blade. It will allow possession of the Metal Blade for Rosalina. That won't play too big of a factor in terms of that offense, because Mega Man is so good at nullifying his own Metal Blade. But going Game 1, Pokemon Stadium 2, Homika versus Kameme. And again, we already see it, and there we go. Grabbing the Metal Blade immediately. It's going to be a long distance game between these two players, these two characters. Kameme off to a strong start, getting those few hits here and there, but a good tech chase coming out from Homika. Oh, barely missing on that, barely missing that up smash right there.
And the back air will secure Luma's fate once again. Getting that gravity back throw once more. Kameme throwing out the Metal Blade, goes for a down tilt, very rare. See that one?
Big down air coming out, not going to get the mutual smash unfortunately, but that's still a good punish nonetheless.
Okay, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah, Luma was up there to try and get that hit. Clanks there with a Metal Blade. Comes in nice and close. Down smash goes out, but then a well-spaced back air is going to be enough to knock back Homika. Grab, forward throw. Luma returns to its master's side once again. Was a random forward, well, not random, but like a forward smash. Maybe seeing the roll in, but didn't get it at all.
Homika just trying to find his way back onto the stage, pressuring behind with that jab. That Luma definitely very, very tired, and there it goes. Now Homika just definitely going to want to wait back, I say, as he dashes attacks in. Alright, Luma is back. Another red Luma. Red Luma to fight the red Mega Man.
Yeah. Fire straight back. Oh,
overcommitting with that down tilt. That forward smash is unclankable, is able to pierce through moves, and as a result, just takes Homika's first stock away. But that up smash from Homika immediately answering back. The crowd cheers for that boy.
As he's forward air, doing a lot of work, bringing in a nice bit of percentage here. Metal Blade jumps over with a leaf shield. Throws it out just to extend that percentage. Nice catching the landing or the approach with the back air once more. Lemon did the jump and shoot.
Oh, the hard knuckle!
You think you're hard enough?
Not hard enough was Homika, could not withstand that hard knuckle, and now a huge lead for Kameme. The overall dynamic of this matchup so far has been how have the two of them been able to weave in and out of their respective zones of control, and so far Kameme has been the one that has been on top. Homika once again making use of that gravitational pull, creating some distance between him and Kameme, and then trying to look for opportunities where he can close the gap. Great pivot grab into the up air, and good stage control once again. Missing that grab is Kameme. This will be a huge KO if he's able to get this now. Definitely needs to close the gap as soon as possible. Great Luma shot, and that will be the KO that he needs.
Equalizes the stocks once again. 56% is the deficit. And increasing, it seems.
Again, this Luma is wearing down, and will only take a little bit more to KO, and there it goes. Bye-bye, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder where you are is probably the question that Rosa was asking. There it is. Yeah, very nice. And again, another Z drop back here. And there it is.
Ambiguous coming out from Kameme. That is some of his tried and true edge guarding and ledge trapping from all the way back from Smash 4. He would always do that Z drop into the back air to cover so much space, both with the Metal Blade and that lightning fast, super powerful, super disjointed back air of his.
There we go. Kameme taking first blood here in this set. Needs to keep that up. Homika needing to make the necessary adjustments here. Wasn't too far out of that game. It wasn't a stomp in that one particularly, so shouldn't be too put off by that particular
Yeah, definitely. This is a hurdle that he could potentially overcome. As you mentioned before, that was a very, very close game. Very, very doable. But again, he's going to need to find a way to properly keep Kameme out as well as capitalize on his own openings, which he's not quite doing to the best of his ability. Going to Battlefield in this game too. We've seen this stage pick come through for Homika so often. Hopefully, it can do him dividends here in this game too.
Battlefield. Yeah, the metal blade going through Luma is a very, very important thing there. Looks like Luma is tired, gonna take a quick nap there. We're back in a moment, dear.
All of that damage just tacked on, almost 60% just from metal blades and pellets, really.
Yep.
Kameme just playing such a fantastic war of attrition right now. That's going to be a punch on that jab. No, it's not getting clipped by the final hit.
Oh, didn't get that last one, but gets the grab there. Eventually, a little bit of a nice moment of silence between the two. Goes for the Z drop, doesn't get anything from that one there. On stage, yeah, the Luma shot comes out, throws out the star bits as well. And then Mega Man between a rock and a hard place.
A rock man and a hard knuckle. Now, Leaf Shield, that's really the first time that's come out so far in this set. Maybe he feels against the Rosalina, it's not as effective as one would hope, but great stuff so far to Homika, forcing Kameme into the corner, making great use of these star bits. Once again, trying to go for the down air, but reverse edge guarded by that back air from Mega Man.
Beautiful stuff there from Kameme, just waited for the aggression, saw that one, went for the, just dropped off of the ledge. Immediate, wow, catching almost immediately that throw. Air shot goes up, the flame sword comes out, and once more just trying to pick these landings. Air shield pressurizing on Luma. Opens it up with a bit more space. Luma pushing back, protecting Homika.
And again, it's just a mix of aggression and defensive walling from Kameme, knowing when to capitalize on his openings, knowing when to just stay back and keep firing those Mega Buster shots and firing and throwing that Metal Blade. Again, great use of the Leaf Shield once again. Just another factor that Homika needs to adapt to in this set. Great chase down to get that grab into the up air, almost very, very close.
Still looking for that. Oh, goes for the air dodge up. Still looking for that first stock is Homika right now. The hard knuckle round two.
The second stock going down the same way it did last game. That hard knuckle so mighty from Mega Man.
The angles of the metal blade, very, very handy there. Versatile in its use.
Using that metal blade to kind of deter Homika from that vertical space. And again, just 3-1 lead. Kameme living all the way to 191 so far. Homika needs to find the stock and real fast. The forward throw, just about enough to get the KO. At around 200%.
Throwing out the scrap metal there.
But this will be quite tricky for Homika. Rosalina, not quite the explosive character that she was in Smash 4. She doesn't have that absurd knockback that she had on the up air. In this game, she can't quite capitalize on that like she could previously, and as a result, she has to play a lot more honest in terms of how she's able to get this KO. But Kameme really making it difficult for her.
Oh yeah, he was waiting there, but got caught by the get-up attack after the neutral get-up. Metal Blade coming through and just causing even more trouble. The air shot comes through and
look at all that damage.
Nice and chunky.
Very nice recovery onto the platform from Kameme. Great up smash anti-air coming out from Homika, and he is closing this gap bit by bit. If he's able to get this KO around about now, we might be able to see him push and get this game.
Had to be, yeah, the Metal Blade was just spaced and positioned in a way that was a little bit difficult for Homika to really get off the stage and punish in that position. Kameme just building the pressure more with these Metal Blades.
Yeah, Metal Blade so good, and that forward air taking out that final stock from Homika. 2-0 lead for Kameme.
Losers quarters. Kameme is slowly mounting his offensive. One more game is all he needs. So far, it's looking fairly solid for him. The Metal Blade's really putting in a lot of work, and the fact they kind of penetrate Luma and go through and also pressurize Rosa means you can't just throw out Luma, just be like, you know, get past this.
Yeah.
So it kind of forces a little bit more defensive. It forces Homika to be more defensive, pretty much, even in like that neutral point where he's just trying to play around with Luma and use that, you know, to kind of close down that space.
And in being more defensive, of course, that means that Kameme could just play that war of attrition much more easily with those pellets. We saw that a lot at the start of that game, and it just plays to Kameme's hands so well. We'll be finding this stage for Game 3, going to Final Destination this time, knowing that those platforms actually really didn't help him out in that game like they have been in the past. So taking to the flat ground, maybe this will change the dynamic of this set so far.
Yeah. Homika's got all the work to do, and it has to start here. I mean, yeah, it starts here. That's just a fact.
Can it start here though, or will it be the end for Homika? Homika fighting for his tournament life here. He will bow out of fifth if he loses this game. Meanwhile, Kameme wanting to progress further in that bracket.
Down throw, trying to find his way in there.
Very nice weight from Kameme right there. And you can see the difference already, having a lot more breathing room to react to Kameme's offense with the metal blades and the like. Just able to play his game plan a lot more is Homika. Of course, we're at a very early start so far. Not too much damage tacked onto either player. Right, very nice. Finally finding his way in. No grab right there, just about missing.
Oh wow, using the rising nair into the down air to kind of push back Kameme.
Yeah, lovely little sequence coming out from Homika right there, but again, he needs to continue this offense. Great up throw into up air, that's been doing so much damage for Homika so far.
Up smash is a call out that jump in. It wasn't enough to take the stock, but you can see how much work Homika is putting in right now.
Homika is looking sensational at the start of this game 1 so far, or game 3 so far. What a shift.
Much better from Homika here. Kameme just needing to put his mark on the beginning of this game. But yeah, as you mentioned, you know, this stage having that much more open space is just really paying dividends already, which, you know, it does beg the question that should Homika get this, you know, he's got to go up against 2 counter picks. You know?
And that was such a great sequence from Kameme right there, using the Z drop metal blade to pressure against Homika's shield and then get those essentially free grabs. What sensational gameplay, but he's going to need to push even harder than that if he wants to get this W in this game and seal out this set.
Yeah, and there you go, making sure that Luma is definitely dead and buried.
Another grab coming out from Kameme, the ledge trapping situation. How is it going to play out? Z drop again, looking for the shield, the jump out of shield so that he can get that back air, the jump or the roll, but Homika not giving it to him. And now you know that Kameme is going to want to keep going for that, keep forcing Homika off stage to either get that back air or get the raw forward air. Another great grab, forcing him off stage.
Trying to find that one, gets the hit onto Luma at least. It means there's a little bit of breathing room. But has to be careful still. Or trying to bait out the gravitational pull to get that S smash, but doesn't matter because he connected with the back air, and that will mean that Kameme is on the board in game 3.
Yeah, we're seeing that Kameme is just trying to bait out these defensive options from Homika, but Homika playing wise, being very patient and not falling victim to Kameme's schemes.
Very nice, using that speed. That slight moment he got is all that he needed to get in with that double flame sword, but a nice hit into up air.
The landing neutral air into up air, as you mentioned, very nice. And now Homika pretty much with a full stock lead, the first real clean lead that he's had throughout the set, and now he's continuing to tack on that damage.
Gets that jab. Will then all goes for the grab, but nice spot dodge. Trying to maybe find a Z drop, but got caught out just before. Oh, hard knuckle, maybe.
That would have been the second stock that he'd taken with hard knuckle in the set so far, had he landed that one.
The rare dash attack coming out as well.
Finally landing that metal blade into the up tilt, and now that has completely neutralized that gap.
Yeah. Never call yourself, well, Kameme, never call Kameme out.
Yeah, never say never when you have a player of Kameme's caliber fighting it out to take this game, to take this set and progress forward into loser semis. The Homika is not going down without a fight. He has come all this way for a reason. He is such a talent to the French scene and such a strong player, such a presence so far, exhibiting such high-level gameplay.
Yeah, throwing out that up smash though, a little wayward, does get caught out, back air comes out. Kameme looking for a nice edge guard, goes into the drop zone and waits. Jab though will be enough. Nice tech there just to get himself back into the fray. Nair.
Call out on these jumps with that Nair. Nair doing so much work. Up air not quite enough, but the second one is enough and Homika is on the board.
And the French remember that they have that they are here and start making a noise once again. 2-1 does not let Kameme just run away with that game. Homika has something to say here.
Superb showing in that game from Homika, but now he has to deal with two of Kameme's counter picks. What kind of stage are we going to see? I feel like Kameme, based on how those first two games went, I feel like he's definitely going to want some platforms, maybe a little bit less horizontal space, somewhere like Smashville, but going back instead to PS2.
Yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, wanting that space. So, but also, you know, Homika really benefited from not having, you know, the platforms be there. So just bringing them straight back on immediately adds something to Kameme's offense here.
All right, game 4, 2-1 up for Kameme versus Homika in this set. Already starting off with a confirm off the Metal Blade. A big up smash out of shield right there.
Yeah, Spark Shot doing a lot of percentage.
Spacing beautifully around. Both these characters have very, very high air acceleration. They can kind of weave back and forth through the air with relative ease. And that is such an important dynamic to take note of in this matchup.
Just waiting for Luma to try and come back. There is Luma, so hopefully wanting to reset the neutral.
Oh, what a read on that roll-in. A huge mega upper exploding and taking that first stock from Homika at relatively low percent. Very, very nice from Kaname. And now having the platforms to move around, to supplement his offense and his defense is really, really assisting him in this game.
Being able to just get up and over and use that as in those regards, dropping through the platform to get that, you know, the surprise forward air, exactly as you mentioned.
Oh, you can't afford to pummel versus Rosa. That's been a thing since Smash 4. If you start pummeling her, that Luma will interrupt you.
Hard knuckle on stage, just going to get that landing very nice from there. Gets a double jab. Throwing up the metal bay just to make sure there's nothing coming to as that recovery comes in. Homika does have a interesting little percentage lead here, but it's all about securing stocks in this game.
Yeah, and even though he has that percent lead for this stock, he doesn't have the stock lead. Homika getting Kameme off stage. How is the ledge trap going to play out?
Very nice earlier of Homika, you getting the assist from Luma, knocking him into the down smash to get into that edge guard scenario in the first place.
Very, very nice. Again, the Z drop metal blade just to create pressure on Homika's shield. Very, very nice forward air as well. Can Kameme take the second stock without losing his burst?
Oh, that was close to it.
Very, very close. Another metal blade into the forward smash, a charged Mega Buster shot, and now Homika potentially looking at his final stop of the tournament if he doesn't make some magic happen right here and right now.
Wonderful usage of the Arsenal tandem there, throwing out the metal blade into the forward smash. They were just kind of trailing behind each other. Nice surprise. This is the Kameme we've seen earlier in this game, in this set. Taking the strong lead and already 57%. Homika is looking very tired at this point.
It's looking real tough for Homika being at the ledge versus Mega Man. What a beautiful Z drop metal blade into the back air again. We're going to see it again. The Z drop again into the back air. Beautiful.
Didn't get the immediate follow-up, but got enough just to knock up. Got the re-grab, then the jump back into the back air. Just changing up that slight moment, just to mix up a Homika in a beautiful way. Same thing, different execution.